This is the plaintiff, Crystal Tuchel. She says she and the defendant moved in together, and the girl still owes her for rent, electricity, even the cost of the dog she bought her. She doesn't know why her high school friend's treating her like this, but money is money, and she wants hers. So she's suing for the $3,001.55 she's most definitely owed. This is the defendant, Jenna Schmidt. She says the plaintiff, the girl she thought she knew so well from high school, is bitter about the way things went between them while they lived together and is now just fishing for money. That's right, the judge will see through her lies in a New York minute because she's been paid back and owes nothing. She's accused of letting a friend down.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff and the defendant moved in together. The girl stiffed her on the rent, but the defendant says the plaintiff is just bitter. It's the case of girl trouble.
Thank you, Douglas. Crystal Tuchel?
Tuchel.
Tuchel.
Yes.
Crystal Tuchel, you are suing your former friend, Jenna Schmidt, for $3,001.55 in damages for money that you say she owes you after the two of you parted ways. You two lived together, correct?
Yes.
How old are you?
21.
How old are you?
20.
And you two met in middle school?
Well, technically, yeah, but we didn't really know of
Become
each
friends
other. Yeah.
until when?
I think my junior year, we worked at Kmart together.
Okay. And so at some point you decide that you're going to leave your parents and move in together in your, this is your first apartment?
Yes.
Yours?
Yeah.
All right. When was that? What month and year?
August 2015.
Okay. And so is it just the two of you or somebody else as well?
Somebody else as well.
All right. And then what happens? You find the apartment, which is this one in question, and what happens?
Well, the first month's rent and security deposit, they didn't have the money for it. So I saved up and I had the money, so I paid it, and I paid the $1,500, and I wrote a check, and they didn't have the money, and they said they'd pay me back within the year, but they never did.
They didn't pay you one penny of it?
No.
And it is, in fact, your testimony that you paid her the $250 for the security deposit?
Yeah.
When did you do that?
I paid it throughout the year, like
How throughout the year?
with cash.
When?
Like different dates. Like I never thought to like get receipts or anything like that because like we were friends. Like I never thought it would get this far
Yeah, but if you owe her $250, why wasn't it paid right away?
because I didn't have it at the moment.
Okay, so then tell me when you did pay it.
It was like throughout the year. Like I don't have the specific dates because I never thought that.
Who was the third roommate? Is that person here?
No.
No.
And he moved out at the end of the, when you guys all parted ways, he moved out?
Yes.
All right. So you expected when you moved out, why did you move out? Were you guys having problems?
Not really. It
Okay,
was just
what had happened?
kind of mad at each other because we were going to sign another lease, but he didn't want to with us. So, the third roommate.
Okay.
So she wanted to get people on Craigslist, and I don't want to live with people on Craigslist because, you know, they could steal your stuff. You don't know what can happen. And, like, I trusted her, but I didn't trust anybody else.
Right.
So, like, I'm going to school next semester, so it'd be more convenient, and I can save money if I can just go back to my parents. So that's what I ended up doing.
So, but was she mad at you for that?
Well, I would assume so because
Well, you know, what was it like between the two of you in the last few months?
bad.
Okay. So what was the hostility about?
I mean, everything was fine. Like the whole year we lived together, everything was great. Like we actually like became a lot closer as friends, like I would say. And everything was fine until the move out. Like that's what started
really is.
everything. Like I wanted her to move her stuff out because I wanted new people to come in and see the house. First, she had her door.
Yeah, but that sounds like you want her out earlier than she has to be, though, if you're
No.
saying you want her stuff out for showing the place.
I didn't want her stuff out for showing it because I was showing it with her stuff in. But it got to September 1st when I found roommates and they wanted to move in, but they didn't want to move in.
You ended up staying at the place.
Yep.
Did you find two other people?
Yep.
All right. Now, at some point, there has to be some orderly transition of the security deposit. How did that go down with the landlord?
Okay, because the landlord told me to give Crystal her deposits back, and it was for $250 for our other roommate and then $250 for her. So instead of like the landlord giving it to her, he just kept those deposits for like the current roommates. That's what he told me to do, and then give her $500 back. So that's what I did, and I was told to give it.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Two new roommates come in. Do they each give you $250?
Yeah.
All right. What do you do with those two $250s?
I give them to her sister, who I was currently dating at the time.
Okay.
So that is like her sister, and we.
Who is like her sister?
Oh, her name's Taylor. That's Crystal's sister.
Okay.
We dated for a while.
You and Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Before or after you two moved in?
after.
Okay.
So once she moved out, that's kind of when we started dating.
Okay.
So yeah. So then I gave her the $500 in cash, and
Why did you give it to her?
Because me and
Was
Chris,
that the plan?
Yeah.
With her?
Yeah.
No.
To give it to her sister?
Yeah.
Okay. And according to you, no?
No.
Well, just to give you a penny.
She gave me $250, which was my security deposit.
But you had signed, do you have a note that she signed in advance and you gave it to the sister, so you must have given the sister authority to collect the money.
No, I didn't. She never talked to me about it.
I'm sorry. Do you have a note that says, I acknowledge getting $500?
Yeah.
Give it to me. Be original, because I can barely read the copy you submitted into evidence.
It says, on September 13th, 2016, Jenna Schmidt gave me $500 in cash for Crystal Tuchel's deposit. Taylor Tuchel.
Okay. Now, where's your sister? Is she here?
No.
Have you talked to her about this?
Yes.
And what does she say?
She said that Jenna made her write it.
Oh, yeah, but, and what? Why, what else does she say?
That she never counted it.
Why didn't she count it?
I don't know. That's why I keep asking her. But my mother did, which is why
I
she's
counted
here.
the day that Taylor came home with that money. Taylor handed me the money as soon as she walked in the door from being with Jenna. I counted that money, and there was only $280 in that money. There was not $500 in that stack of money.
Now, that's a weird figure, though, because
Yes.
I could understand if there was $250. Why would there be
Yeah.
$280?
There was when I counted, it was $280. I don't know
that's
why
why it
there was
doesn't make any sense.
$280, but that's what I counted. There was not $500 in that pack of money that Taylor brought home that day that she was
Wow,
with
that
Jenna.
kind of stinks for you guys, right? Because your sister Taylor is writing receipts without counting money and collecting money for you. What evidence do you have that Taylor was authorized to collect the money for her?
She, after we broke up, things kind of went sour because she decided to, she was totally on my side, sent me all these text messages saying like.
Well, then you have them. You
I-
have text messages saying, Crystal wants me to get the money from you. Don't you?
I don't have text messages saying that, but I do have one from her saying that I'll see you in court and I'm going to tell the judge I lied.
From the sister.
Yeah.
She lied on the piece of paper.
From Taylor.
Yeah.
Let me see that. Tell me about, while you're looking for that, I need you to tell me about the $50 for internet and electricity for July
It's the
and
first
$60 for electric for August. Tell me about those two things.
So I was telling her, electric's due, internet's due. I really need the money. Like, I don't have that. So we split it in threes. So she owed me $60 for that and then $50 for the other. And
Okay,
she's...
do you acknowledge that or no?
I paid that.
Do you have any proof of paying it?
No, because it was all cash.
Bunch of bad ideas on everybody's
Yeah.
part. Cash doesn't leave this hand without a receipt coming into this hand. And the answer can never be, but that's my friend and I trusted her, because that's the reason that cash doesn't leave this hand without a receipt coming into this hand is so that you can keep your friendship, so there's no confusion about what's been handed over.
So why is it when people move in together, when they're really good friends, they move in together and then it's war? Why does that happen?
I think you see a different side of the person when you're living with them. There's things like leaving dishes in the sink or paying rent on time.
So basically, the more you know people, the worse they are.
Yeah,
Kind of what she's saying.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You know what the phrase is, right? You know the phrase for that?
No.
Familiarity breeds contempt. See, you learned something today. There you go. Going inside the courtroom.
Since you're being petty and saying all this about me, just know I'll see you in court. I'll tell the judge the note you made me write saying you gave me $500 was a lie, and I never counted it. Wow, that's kind of skanky.
That's my sister.
I have proof I said I've never counted it, so good luck.
I have that too.
That's pretty bad. I mean, that's basically saying, I'll just say this to the judge. I mean, that's kind of, you don't treat me like blank and expect me to stand behind you. You believe lies and you're calling me names after all I did for you. Crazy. Let's talk about the dog purchase. Tell me about that.
We've been talking about it, like getting a dog, but it'd be like under her possession. And because we live together, she has permission. So I was like, yeah, that's fine as long as you take care of him, you pay for him, whatever. So I believe he was $1,200 before. Yeah, that's a lot for a Dutch Hound. And she didn't have the money for it, so she was gonna take out a loan.
You can take out a loan to buy a dog with all the dogs that are free, that you
Yeah.
that need your home?
Oh, it gets better.
Really cute. Do you want to see?
I know it's really cute. I'm sure it's really cute.
Do you want to see pictures?
Do you want to see?
No, I don't want to see pictures. There's so many cute ones at the pound. I watch late night TV. And Sarah McLachlan making me sick.
Oh my
Go ahead, go. So you loaned her the money to buy a dog.
Yeah.
Do you have the money, or you took the loan out? Oh, so you can't afford a dog either, $1,200 dog either.
I could. I just didn't want to like pay it all in one and then her have the dog.
That's
and then...
called not affording it.
Yeah. Well, no,
If
I
you
had
have to
the
take a
money.
loan out for it, that means you can't buy it cash. That's what I mean. So you have to finance this exotic purchase of, what is it?
A dachshund.
Yeah.
A miniature.
It's a dachshund. I mean, I don't want to make the dachshund owners out there angry, but it's all right. So what happens?
Oh, jeez.
I'm sure it's adorable.
He is.
So what happens?
So she put $300 down the day of, but then $142.77 was withdrawn from my account since then every month, till the dog's
And
paid
then would
off.
she give you the money?
Did she?
Yeah.
No,
Ever?
never. And I've asked her for the money. I have texts with her saying, I need money for
Can I see the
Stanley.
text? And so I can see the responses as well. I want to see them in your phone.
Oh, jeez.
Do you have your phone with all the texts?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Power it up also, please.
It's gonna be a lot of scrolling.
Yeah, I like scrolling.
Okay.
I do. When I scroll is when I find out the things that people say to each other before they know a judge is looking. My bailiff is next to you to make sure you don't erase anything.
It's okay.
Have you ever paid anything for the dog?
Yes.
What did you pay?
I paid her that $142 every month, and the only text message I have is that she says, "Do you have money for Stanley?" And I say, "Yep," and I put the cash on her bed.
When she says to you, are you serious? Like kind of out of the blue. Was this when you got the money?
So she gave me $500. That's what she says she gave me, but she only gave me $250 or $280 that my mom counted.
How do you know your sister didn't steal it?
I guess we never know.
Your last text to her is, are you ready to pay me the $800 you owe me? Why then are you suing for $3,000?
Because I'm adding the dog into it.
Yeah, but you're also adding a bunch of other stuff. So everything but the dog would be $800.
I
Correct?
didn't do final math on that yet.
But see, when I have a dispute about stuff, this is why I have to take the time to read the text. You see? According to you, when was your last payment for the dog?
I don't like exactly know the date, but it was.
Honest to God, I don't know how you guys do not cross the street and get run over by a car. You know, it's unbelievable how incompetent you both are. But it's funny, but it's not funny. You know, when you're 21 years old and you want to forge out on your own, yeah, you're going to make mistakes because you're learning and stuff. But this is crazy. I don't know how much I paid. I don't know. I mean, you would think that you would try to figure out when you make a payment, keep a receipt. You have no idea when your last payment was?
It was the end of September.
When, according to you, was the last time that she paid for Stanley?
June 20th.
Then why don't I see in your text you haven't paid for Stanley once? Why don't I see that? What I see instead in the text is her saying, why should I pay you for Stanley now when you're just going to lie and say that I never paid you? That's what I see in the text. Why?
Because she never did.
If she didn't, why is the Stanley talk only coming up in September? Why isn't there Stanley talk before September?
Because I just talked to her at home and I'd be like, oh, okay, well, when are you going to pay
Well,
me?
you know
When are
what?
you going to pay me?
Since I don't believe either of you, if your tongue came notarized, I'm just going to have to do the best I can with what I have to work with. And that's you guys in writing before you each decide that all these years of friendship mean nothing and all either one of you want to do is game on in court. I am ordering you to pay, if it was good enough for you in your last text, it's good enough for me. I'm going to order you to pay her $800, which will cover the security deposit, first month, all of this turmoil about what money was owed, including the electric and the internet. And I'm also going to order you to pay for the dog. You say in it, I'm not paying for the dog because you're just going to lie about it if I pay you. Yeah, we have a remedy for that. We call it a receipt. So I find that you also owe her, but besides the $800, the payoff amount on the dog, which we're going to figure out outside through Officer McIntosh. So it's $800 plus the payoff amount on the dog. That is my verdict. Good luck, folks.
So in a rather complicated case, Mr. Schmidt, the judge said you're incompetent. You guys just didn't look really very smart in there today.
Yeah,
You know
I mean, it was all she said, she said.
You still owe her money?
No.
No, you do.
I mean, November, yeah, for Stanley,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. You want to sign some documents behind there?
All right.
That's way out, okay? Thank you. Now here comes the plaintiff, Ms. Tushel. You know, you looked incompetent too, both of you. It's pretty embarrassing. You ever been in court before?
No, but it's okay.
Okay, good enough. Thank you
you.
very much. Cheerio. Bye-bye. Harvey?
You know, look, to avoid a lot of these problems, I'm telling you, roommates need up front to figure out exactly who pays what they pay, what they do, who's responsible, and if it involves money, you keep a running ledger. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.